I mentioned in an earlier video quite a while ago, I don't remember which video it was, that you can change the object type of variables. And so we're going to see how to do that. I could go a lot deeper into this, but we're just going to take kind of a surface look at it. Obviously, there are some things that just don't fit into an object type. I can't turn a string that has a word in it into a number. That would just be silly. So there are things you can't do. But let's take a look at how it's done for those things that you can do it to. So let's just take this portion here. I'm just going to do the cans variable, and I'm going to make it equal to 6, but I'm going to put quotes around that 6 to make it into a string. So let's try that. Cans equals 6. Let's take a look at the object type. We're going to do a get member, and we're going to see that indeed that is now a string. It's not a number, it's a string, because I put the quotes around it. However, what happens if I go back here, and this time I'm going to put in front of it a set of square brackets, and I'm going to put integer in front of it. Now this one is a number, and so it should be able to do it. And let's see what happens if I do that. Now let's go back and take a look at get member, and you'll see that now indeed this is an integer. So I can switch these things back and forth. I can even turn numbers into strings if I wish to. So cans right now equals 6, and that's an integer, as we know. So let's make that into a string. String cans equal 6. And now let's do that gm command, and we'll find out that this should be a string, which it is. So I can interconvert these things. I can convert to integers, singles, which is a floating point number, in other words, has a decimal point in it, 32 bits, a double, which is a 64-bit floating point, strings, characters, a Unicode 16-bit character, XMLs, 8-bit unsigned integers. You don't have to learn what all these are right now. If you ever take a programming class, you'll want to know these. But these are the very most common types of things that you can interconvert. Let's take this 6, for example. Right now it happens to be a string, so I'm going to turn it back into an integer. And let's see if I can turn that to a double now. Double. If I can type, it would help. Cans equal 6. Now let's see if that is indeed a double. Sure enough, it's a double. So that's really handy, because I can now change this. If I want to do some math on this variable, I can do some math that involves decimal points, where when it was an integer I could not do any math that involved decimal points. So this is how we can change or declare variable types all on our own.